Very good evening, one and all. We will begin in another 2 minutes. We are going to discuss, or I'm going to share my bit of learning and experiences on happiness in positive psychology perspective. Thank you for coming here and joining with us today. And this was the same topic I'm presenting in many forums. I felt this. I hope at the end of my session, you also agree with me. With, anticipation, I'm going to begin the presentation. Even for me also, we are going to discuss. We will begin the session at around 1 minute. The 60 seconds will begin the session. Yes, welcome. Can you able to see my screen? Please let me know. Am I audible with you all? Anyone, please unmute yourself and then.
Audible, sir.
Yes, thank you. Often they were attended the same presentation earlier also here. I hope they felt it is very interesting they are here. Okay. Very good evening, one and all. I welcome each one of you for today's webinar session organized by the Department of Psychology, the American College Madurai, in association with different institutions in Tamil Nadu and abroad. I welcome on behalf of the institutions as well as from the core team member. As you all aware, for this webinar series, and today I got an opportunity to share my bit of learning and experience regarding the topic happiness. So about me, so here is my presentation itself. I said I'm a professor of psychologist and I'm doing many researches also, and I'm practicing on mental health related component in positive perspective. At present, I'm heading the Department of Psychology at American College, and I'm also teaching one medical university. For them, I'm teaching the positive psychology, and I'm become an adjunct faculty for two institutions in Tamil Nadu. Know that I'm very so I'm specialized in science. When you ask my friends and research scholars and co-workers, they will say that what is a strong goal? They will say that two areas. One is about psychometry, and another one is positive psychology. And other areas I'm interested are psychopsychology, education psychology, and cognitive psychology. This is about me. With a short note, I will begin my presentation. Sir, I think I received a message from Srinivasan sir. He said that there is a voice is breaking. I will do one thing. I know that net connection. Maybe it may help us, sir. Just a minute. A minute, I will adjust my. Yes. Kanaga ma'am, can you type your you all? Okay. So, Srinivasan sir, can you able to hear me? You can, sir. Message regarding they can able to hear. Yes. I will be with you for another 40. So, look at the historical context. When you do the review of religion, you come to know that irrespective of field, science, yes, no. Can I reconnect it? I think net connection is full only. So now is it audible or still it is Jody sir? Okay, okay. Then I will do one thing. I will sign up again. I will rejoin it. Maybe it may help us. Just a minute. I will give it to somebody else. Without any break. Just a minute. I will make us a co-host. Can you please unmute Dr. Veena?
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. You're audible to me without any break.
Just now I received a message from in the chat box. They are saying the voice is breaking. Is it so?
No, sir. Now it's okay. Now it's like it's not breaking. It's okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. Thank you, Dr. Veena. That is, I think, when we ask the question, individuals, when you look at the different fields, science and social science, you can name it, all the field they try to give or define the term happiness. Okay, they are very curious about to know that happiness. And one more questions in front of the many experts and the researcher is that whether the happiness experienced by an individual is same to that experience of other person. So that is another question which is very interesting by many of the researchers. And finally, why happiness is an important? These are the three important questions in front of the researchers. They are very curious to know that the answer for these questions. Just we will move on to that another thing. We'll just one that standard definition for the term happiness. When you take that any standard definition and standard find out, they can say that a state of well-being. Well-being nothing but an you feel healthy. Okay, it doesn't mean that we have options of illness and disorders. Social, emotional, physical, and psychological well-being of an individual. So that gives happiness to us and contentment. What we are having, they are very comfortable with that. Okay, it is enough for me. I'm happy. So these are the two qualities we can find. It is a state. Okay. And second one is any when another perspective, when you look at that definition for the term happiness, it is an pleasurable and satisfying experiences. When you, for example, some people feel more pressure, they are more pleasurable experience they will gain when they are traveling somewhere else. So it is very from the person, the experience or satisfying experience of an individual also comes under the category happiness. And when you dissect the term, there are many components are there, and you will see that the classification given by two different perspectives in the later also. When you go to that different sources, there are synonyms are that these were the terms were contradicting, or they may use instead of happiness. One is joy, excitement, gratitude, pride, optimism, and contentment. So these were the terms which were equivalent terms were used by most of the researcher in the research work. But the main intention is to know about the happiness. And here is the meaning for that. It is a general meaning about it. And when you look at the first term, what about how it is different from each other's? The feeling of the present moment. The joy is means, for example, someone is you receive something, you come to know that you largely won. The momentum is there, no? The particular that is called joy. Excitement is something is called okay. Something good thing will, that anticipation will be there. Gratitude is on positive emotions when we thankful to others, when we appreciate or recognize quality of someone. That's also give happiness to many people. And pride, you feel that I'm achieved, I'm here, that. And another one is optimism. It is straight opposite of that pessimism. Optimistic people are mostly happy people. Their look, outward look, and everything will be in positive in nature. And contentment is whatever they have, with that thing they feel that happy. And some people you cannot make them happy at all because they said that if I'm 10,000 rupees and I will be happy in a day. Some people will say that no, I want to earn 1 lakh rupees. The difference will be. Okay, these were the terms. And now I'll move on to the components of happiness. For example, when you look at my watch here, it is there in the watch. You can see. And when you ask that what are the components are there, you can say the battery, many other mechanical are there. These are the components. When you ask the components of happiness, there are two components are there. One is the balance of emotions. I think we all experiencing positive as well as negative emotions. And if you have the ability to manage these emotions, that is one of the important component of happiness. You cannot assume that you will have 24 into 7 is on positive emotions. No, we also experience negative emotions. And most of the time, when we experience positive emotion, that gives happiness. That is one of the important component of happiness. We can say the ingredients of happiness. And next one is life satisfaction. And some people, you can ask them, even with that, whatever the available, they say that I'm satisfied with my life. I'm happy with that life, what I'm possessing. And some people, they may not say, they can hear that, no, I'm not satisfied with that life. And everything is not according to my expectations. So when we introspect and we do the research, they found these are the two important ingredients of happiness. And we can see what is. And we have positive and negative emotions and feel that moods calm each one. And in a day, we experience or exposed to more positive emotions than negative emotions. That is, we cannot say that I will never. You must have only positive emotions. That's not happiness. I can say that three is to one. Or majority of the percentage of happiness we have, positive emotion must be happiness. And second one is life satisfaction. There are many components are there. What are the area we feel most satisfied? One is about our relationship. It may be friends and family and other components and the work and the achievement. Anything if you made a short-term goal or long-term goal, if you achieve it, then that gives satisfaction. And another one is we feel that something important. Happiness. Yeah. And we'll move on to that. There are many misconceptions are there. What is not happiness? What is not happiness? You look at first one is feeling good all the time is not happiness. Some people are having that, that we must be happy for 24 into 7. It is not possible. That is not happiness at all. Happiness is not a feeling of feeling good all the time. And second one is happiness is not being rich or affordable everything we want. And there are many studies I'm going to give in that later part of this presentation. You can find that there are many national level researchers. They found that a person become more wealthier and they are moving towards the less happier. It is an interesting finding. So that's why we have to understand that happiness is not being rich or affordable for everything we want. And next one is happiness is not a final destination. It is a journey. We have to understand that it's not final, it is a journey. It is a process. There are many misconceptions also there among the people. And I'm going to say some of the misconceptions which were already practiced, which were there, and we will discuss one by one. Happy when I'm rich and successful. Some people you can see, most of them when you look at the face, and most of the time they will be there, they're very sad and they never express positive emotions. They will be happy only when they get money or when they achieve something. And this is another misconception we have to change in a person if we want to make a happiness as a process, or we have to make the person life as an happier one. The next misconception is that uh, I will be happy when I marry the right person. Practically, it is not possible at all. And everyone is there is each human being having their own values, and the differences will be there, and it is vary from person to person. You have to understand that um, some good and bad things we have to change ourselves. We have to adapt to each one another. And third misconception is that some people will say that I particular component, and this is also wrong. We have to make it. Suppose if you are all the people are having the dream, they want to achieve the dream job, but you cannot assure that everyone will get the job. No. And when we landed in that, one is we have to find out that we have to create the environment. And another misconception is that I can't be happy when relationship has fallen apart. Some broken relationship is there, and there are they think that the happiness is gone. There is a relationship is broken. It may be friendship or working or family level. We can see that if the broken relationships are there, they have the misconception. No, no, we never experience happiness at all. This is another misconception we have to change. And we will never recover from the diagnosis or illness or the problem we are facing. And again, if there is a day, there will be a night, and there is a night, there will be a day. And we have to understand that something you will overcome that, and something will come to your life. My misconception is that, and the years of my life are over. They will say that no, no, when I was happy, only those 10 days only, not now. Again, this is also another misconception we can see. And here are some of the traits of an happy person. Dear friends and those who are attending here, please check yourself whether you are having these traits and you can claim that you are a happier person. If not, you just note down the point which is not, you are not having that adequate trait, adequate level in that particular trait. You try to improve or develop or nurture the particular trait or quality, I can say. What is the first one? You can see, you just introspect yourself. Are you satisfied with your life? Okay, if not, why you are not satisfied? That the first important trait of happy person is feel satisfied in their life. And the second one is in a day, in a given day, in any day, you can see the people, happy people having the positive emotions, the feeling more positive rather than the negative components. And when you look at the words they are using and the body language and behavior, most of the time they express only positive. This is we can find out, and some people in the beginning itself they start to negative, and it's not a trait of an happy person. An happy person, even the crisis time, they try to give positive outlook in that environment they belong to. And next one is most of the time they are feeling accomplished. And many people think that they achieve very big one become achievement, accomplishment. But we have to understand that even if you have done some good thing in a day, if you save the life of an animal, an ant, you feel that you are accomplished. You just experience that. The feeling of must be there in every day. And if you had, then you would be more happier. These qualities. And they feel very good in their life. And when you look at that happy person, important quality is that they are feeling very good, very good. And they say that they introspect in a day, time they are good in life. And they are very open to learn new things. Another quality. And if you are not happy, that means you are closed not to learn from anybody else. You have the mindset that, no, I know everything. And if you have that mindset, you will not be, it's not a trait of an happy person. If you want to become happy, you try to change your notion to that. And they are more humble in nature, humility and patience. They are very high in humility. And here there is a notion is there assertiveness and self-confidence. That and being humble to others is not a thing saying right now, but it is one of the quality you can see the happy people. And if not, you can try to develop it. And most of the time, With this one, I would like to say here, there is a researcher called Amicudi, Amcuddy. You can go to the TEDx talk, and she said that smiles and laughs are very commonly you can find out a happy person. And if you fake it, unless it happens, you just smile. Physically, if you smile, it will communicate to your brain that yes, this person is happy, even physically. And these things you can do. And most of the time they will be happy, and try to find out how to express your smile and laugh. And there goes in a flow. And for example, if they do some work, and they won't be any distraction will be there in a work. They just follow as it is. They don't want to make any much stressful or strain plan they will make. Just as a flow, they will make it in a day. And every day it will be family time, or it may be in work time, or in a social time, whatever it may be, they follow the flow. Another important trait, I think we had a wonderful session. I think probably we may have another session on great gratitude tomorrow by Dr. Veena. There she is going to talk about the gratitude and how gratitude will be very important for happiness. If you are if you express your gratitude, and we have to understand that gratitude has two important components. One is on expressing your gratitude, thanks to somebody else. And another one is, if you found something good in a society or in a person, we have to recognize and appreciate. Not only other person, if you do something good, and we have to appreciate ourselves, and we have to recognize. And most of the time, this second part, I think recognizing ourselves, we are missing, and we have to do that. And it is important quality. When we practice in every day, we can say that the person will be happy. And before going to bed, they will take 2 to 3 minutes to think about that, whom we received a help, and how they helped us. If they are forgot, they maybe text them. Even you can do right now, you can find out somebody who helped you. And if you found some good quality in a person, you just text them, you have done good. For you, it is a simple text message, but for them, it is a recognition. They feel more. Another exercise and self-care. I think the health is good, and our happiness will be good. And you can see most of the healthier persons will be happy. It is because they are giving importance to their health and exercise. And another thing we can find out, and they enjoy healthy relationship. I think we all know that relationship will be there, and poisonous relationship means where you can find out both were complaining about each other fault only. They never think, and they will never compliment about the good thing they have done in the relationship. They find you have done something wrong here. And even they made a 99% good thing, they will not say about it. But they will wait for the time to fault of the person. And we are human being, we do errors. And if you find out, and just look, when you compare the persons who were in a good relationship, in love and relationship, the beginning time, if the partner has done any small mistake, it will not be something, even big mistake, you will never bother about it. But when the love is strengthened, and even for my sake, they will say that no, you have done something wrong. And happy people, they enjoy the healthy relationship, and they will never point out that mistakes of others frequently. And suppose you can see this kind of trait is very common among the happy people. Someone is achieving, they will be very happy. For example, India team, they will be happy. And for example, you can see someone in the street or someone in the city has done some achievement, and when hearing about that, someone from Tamil Nadu has done something, and we'll be happy. So these are the traits you can see in a happy person. And they, instead of receiving gift and money from others, they enjoy giving to others, salvations. And you can see it is a practice of almost all the religion in around the world. They are saying that give to others. When you have some extent of money, it may be 1 or 2 rupees, give to others. That giving gives happiness. It is a long-lasting happiness, and we are going to discuss about that. And they have the purpose or meaning in their life. I'm here for the purpose. I want to make something change in a positive way. I want to change in my community or in my family or in a workplace, whatever it may be. They have the purpose and meaning, and they try to move towards it. And many people, I can say that many of the youngsters, when you ask them what's your life purpose, nothing. So this kind of statement you can see, this is a lethargic wicked. We have to change it. You have to find out. They love for the purpose and the meaning. And we cannot that the feeling, and they cannot say that you cannot put into only negative and the component. They are not giving much importance to that. Commonly, you can find out, and they have less expectations in their life. What they have the minimum expectations you can find out in their life, and they are never insult others in front of others. It's very important quality, and we have to understand that. And even a small word, the negative word, if you utter, and it costs a lot to them. We all know that Kani Irupakkai Kavan, that it is one of the component you can see in Tamil poem, where we have to use only positive words. There are many positive words there. Why we have to go for negative? And this is one of the important quality. You can find another one is they never hold the grudges. Suppose someone who has done a wrong thing to you, someone has done a wrong thing to you, and they will not hold the grudge, and they forgive them. And many people, we are thinking that forgiving others is for welfare of others, but actually, when we forgive others, it's good for our health. There are many studies were proven that the forgiveness improves our physical components, like heart rate is better heart rate, and the lower blood pressure, and there are many benefits they found it. Good neurotransmitter functioning. These are the benefit when you forgive others, and happy people will do frequently. And another one thing is most of us, you are having the social media account. Someone come in your timeline and they will troll you, or they may give a bad comment about you. And these people never give importance to those kind of negative comments. They just pass it. They will not give much importance to that. And another important quality we can find happy people, they live the moment right now. They never think about the past and about the future. They will not ruminate about the past, what they had and what they are going to have. They are not a daydreamers. They are live the moment at present. Okay, I'm here, I want to do something for right now. And they will not play the games here. They will not influence or make any kind of negative impact in others' life. And some people, we can find out that they are very happy when they are seeing that suffering of others. Psychopath, these kind of people are there. But happy people, they are not getting such a behavior. They never influence others, and they never make any disturbance to others. And they are not a victim at all. And for any kind of disaster component, we can see. So I've given that the qualities of a person we must possess. As I said, when I was beginning the session itself, what is happiness? Second, I've given that what is not happiness, what are the misconceptions are there in our community, in our society. And finally, we have seen the qualities and traits of happiness people. And we can check ourselves. I've given that around 24 traits I given. Suppose we can check if we have that 14 happiness traits, and remaining is not, remaining 10 you need to improve, and you can list out that and try to practice in your data. Maximum trait if you practice, and then you will be happy person. No one can pluck it from you. And we will, we have to go to that important person. Why happiness in our life? Why we need? Okay, here we can see there are some of the benefit out of it. One is, and happiness is good for our health. And you all agree with me that even if you go to any physician and any person, even educators in the family, any family member, they say that it's good for your health. Feel happy. It's a statement you can see in day-to-day life, and will accept it. And one more thing, happy people are having that, and they stick with that their relationship, and they will less likely to be getting into illness. The sick people are very less if they are happy. And if they are not happy, there's some high chances are that they will fall into illness and disorders. And happy people are longer. Need not to give answer for this. You all know that Zen Buddhism, they are saying that they are saying that mindful practices and happiness practices we have to practice in a day, and that will increase a longer life. So that is another benefit of being. And it improves our relationship. We can find out that if there is a conflict between husband and wife, or friends and anything, co-workers, it is because they are not having that experiencing in their relationship is a happiness. If there is a less happiness, there are high chances it may be broken. That's why you can see when you enjoy that moment with them, and the happy people will have the better relationship. And happy people are more likely to get married. And I will give one common question here. There are many people are there. and you found that among the 10 people and 2 persons are very happy, whom would you like to be spend most of your time? We generally, as a human being, we like to be with that person, the happiest person. We never want to become non-happy persons. That is the reality. And they are having more friends. Happy people have more friends, and we social. We are human beings, are social animals. We have to fulfill the hierarchy needs set by Abraham Maslow. Physical needs, and love and relationship. That's a very important criteria components. And the happy people have more friends, and you can count your number of friend circle, number of people in your friends. And if it is a less number, that means you are not somewhere you are making something. So you are not having more friends. And another, as I said earlier, money will not give happiness. But look at the people who are more happy, they are earning more money than anybody else. Because they are free from any kind of distraction and other component. They work for, they know that the clarity where we can get the money. They will become more wealthier. And another benefit out of being happy people are more productive at work. Even if you are a student or if you work in somewhere else, any stressful work, and they will be more productive in nature. High accomplishment, we can see the perfection will be more among the happy people. And they are more generous in nature. They're more generous. They give the thing what they are having. They give it to others instead of getting from others. And happy people are having that ability. I think when you take the person, most of the person, you can, children also, then they are stressed. Academic stress, financial stress, social stress. And there are many names are there. And these people are having that more coping strategy and better strategy to cope the stress and trauma in their life. And finally, they are more creative in nature. Happy people are creative. And when you look at it, someone is more creative, they are, when you are more creative, they will say that when I was happy. And that's another benefit of it. And finally, they look at the big picture. They will never focus on that problem alone. They look into that solution. I will give one example. Suppose if I am having the problem, if I think about the solution for that, it will not come to me. But at the same time, if I look at that problem of my friend is saying that I'm having this problem, and I will say n number of solutions. You can do these things. Why? Because we are giving the big picture. Happy people will show the big picture, and then they will focus only on solutions rather than the problem. And now it is an important thing. Dear friends, you can look at that. The picture in the next slide, I'm going to show that. It is saying that many people, you are not happy. They will say that, no, something is, I'm not having the money. I'm not having the better relationship. And you can see here, it were the determinant which were scientifically proven. What are the factors of happiness? Here. If you are happy, it's because 50% it is because of your mom and dad. Your father and mother is the 50% reason for that. Your genetics. You are not having any control over that. And most of the time, where they are blaming the money, marriage, and the relationship, but the studies have proven that these three components are playing only 10%. The 10%. What the remaining 40%, which has a more control by an individual, that is our thought and action and our behavior. Our relationship. Here you can see internal activities, how we are performing, how we are interpreting, how we are processing, how we are behaving in a situation. That plays an important role for our happiness. And we are blaming only these 10%. 10%, we are saying that money, if I'm having more money, I will be happy. No, it has only 10% of influence on our happiness. The studies were proven that 40% from that thought process. And next one is the scientific, the Neuro biological basis of happiness. Now, as I said, the genes are playing 50%. What are the genes are responsible? And what are the brain chemicals in our body that is responsible for our happiness? These were the studies found that. Here you can see, these are the 5 genes. DRD2 and DRD4, BMAT2 and HTRIA and C57BL or 6J. These are the genes they identified, which is by genetic engineering is the field, and they found that specifically found that these were the genes are closely related to our happiness. And when you want to make a change in this gene structure, and then you will make a happiness. That is in genetic engineering. I hope in future there may be chances when someone is not happy, we can just restructure these genes and they will be happy. But we are having the control over other components like dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, refine, and then endorphins, melatonin. These were the hormones or neurotransmitters. When we are having the control, we can able to stimulate by naturally or by artificially by taking that medications. And even lifestyle strategy also help us to stimulate these hormones, neurotransmitters, and that also leads happiness. And we will have one more dedicated session for neurobiological basis of happiness and what are the natural food I use it for improving happiness. Also, we'll discuss in some other presentation. Just I will move on to that psychology behind happiness. There are two theories are there. Here, when you look at this, there are not very hedonic and eudaimonic. These are the two theories. And when you look at that hedonic happiness. Hedonic happiness is nothing but experiencing more pleasure than less pain. Okay, more pleasure, experiencing more pleasure, according to this hedonic theory. And it composed of, you can see that affective component, affective, positive emotions and rather than negative emotions, and cognitive, then thinking about satisfaction with one life. These are the two components in hedonic happiness. And we can see that composition of these factors that is associated to that hedonic happiness. One is if you like something, when you are doing it, do that. That will give happiness. And another one is if you are giving care, important to your care, that also gives happiness. And fulfilling our desires. We are having the desire or goal in our life. When you achieve that, that will give this kind of happiness. And again, experiencing enjoyment. And if you are enjoy eating and can do that. If you enjoy walking, you can do that. If you can enjoy talking to somebody else, you can do that. Whatever the thing you feel more enjoyable, involve or do the process. And they are having the feeling, the sense of satisfaction. This is the first component called hedonic happiness. And second is about eudaimonic happiness. Eudaimonic is like nothing but a philosophical perspective or wise perspective, I can say. This is nothing but an attaining that life purpose. It is a pursuit or attainment of life purpose. What are the components are there here? These eudaimonic happiness derived by attaining life purpose or life fulfillment. What are the components are there? What are the things which were associated to that eudaimonic? One is about seeking our meaning, why we are here, finding the meaning of being here as a human being, and they have the values and purpose in life. This is my values. They have very clear-cut values, and they fulfill the responsibilities. Whatever the responsibility given to them, they will do that, and they will high satisfaction we can find out. And investing in long-term goals. That set a goal, and but they invest most of the time for long-term goal, and they were concerned for welfare of other people, not only human, other living organisms. Also, they welfare about others, and they are living up to the personal ideals. They are having the principles. So I'm here for these principles. I don't want to break these principles. The meaning, it's like a philosophical perspective. That is an harmony, and you all understand that these two. And we will move on to that. What are the sources of happiness? And generally, these were the research finding. One is individual income and the current status and the physical health, the family, relationship with the social members, moral values, and experiencing positive emotions. These were the research finding done in the 2011. And here you can see there are a number of benefits highly discussed, and these were the same replicated benefits out of practicing happiness. Now I will take another 10 minutes about how to cultivate happiness. When you look at some of the children when they were playing and our experiences, sometimes we may feel that jumping in that some any kind of new experiences, powerful experiences if we had, that will give happiness, and you can do that. And next, another one is we try to imagine or we try to move forward to the best possible self. I'm here, I want to make change in that component and work for it. That will give you happiness. And for example, if you are a person in an academic, if you are a student, you're striving towards academic excellence. And if you are in a professional, you're striving towards professional excellence. And you have to show that your self-uniqueness. And you have the better relationship with others. You have to say that I want to make better relationship. And other people, they must be very curious. They want to have a relationship with you. And they add many, for example, in a place, if they found many good and bad things, they focus on only positive things. rather than the negative things in that place. And they found that important thing and meaningful thing, they give focus on those components only. And quality time with that loved one and family members, with the nature, what they like, any kind of activity they like. And they create and positive experiences, and they try to ruminate whenever is possible rather than focusing or concentrating on the negative ones. And some other strategy, I'm going to just point out that you can practice it if you want to ensure your happiness, building better relationship. And you can take most of the studies, they were found that social connections. You may not say that I'm having 5,000 Facebook friends. That will not have happiness. And real life, when you have more friends, when you have more interactions, that the studies were proven that they will be more happy. People with close relationship, or it may be on romantic relationship, or it may be any kind of close relationship, they are having more happy experiences. And you have the relationship, when you want to maintain the relationship, you have to spend some quality time. And it is a research finding, and this is the first step. It is the easiest with your friends and family members. You can try now. And some people, they are, I think every children are more happier in their life. And you also try to be happy by just make your child out. And we know that certain experiences give happiness to us. Any kind of activities, do that activities. And we have to monitor our emotions. And some people will say that now you are not doing good. And you just notice that why we are not feeling better. And you find out and just move on to the right path. Enjoy that activity, what you are doing, whatever it may be. And another one is practice always an important quality, I can say. I think we cannot ensure that all the negative emotions and positive emotions, your personal experience, we also have cluster of both. But try to experience more positive emotions. And you all know that certain strategies, lifestyle strategy that will help us to improve our happiness. We just practice those components. And gratitude is an important thing. If you have not done that thing, these studies were proven that writing gratitude journals, gratitude letter, saying it gratitude and appreciate others improves our happiness, and every day. And if you have not done that, you can just practice hereafter. And practice kindness. And a study done by Dunn and other colleagues, they found that greater happiness, sustainable happiness, we can find it in a person who are more kind to other people. More kind to other people are more happier than the people who are not kind enough. And there is one more study done by Everett, and not only Everett, you can see most of the recent studies, they found that forgiving that mistake of others, forgiving, they will not hold a grudge. If we hold a grudge, and it will impact our physical as well as mental health, and happy people, they forgive others. Why they are forgiving? When they forgive that mistakes of others, they feel better about themselves, and they experience more positive emotions, and they feel more close to other people. That's why we requested forgive the mistakes of others. And physical exercise, another important quality we have to ensure that physical exercise, we have to ensure one is endorphin will be secreted, and the melatonin secretion will be regulated. And studies conducted on many people, you can see that physical exercise minimum 20 minutes. Minimum 20 minutes you can do. And all the muscles and body joint must be, you have to do the exercise. And that gives happiness. Some people think that being idle in a place and we are not doing any exercise at all, that will happiness. No. That moment may be there, but long term, when you sustain that happiness for longer time, you have to do the exercise and spend time with nature. Now, we had a session especially for this nature and well-being. And Professor Dr. Rajesh told me that upping the trees and walking on the nature, that gives happiness, more positive, more life satisfaction. And we found that a person who is experiencing more positive emotions and life satisfaction having better happiness. You try to do these kind of practices, It may be anything. You can go to that park near to your house. You just go and walk there. You spend at least 30 minutes. We are not saying that 24/7. You spend some quality time for these kind of activities. Rest. Yes. When the people who are working 24/7, they will not have the happiness. And these were the studies conducted with many people and not taking a rest, they are not happy at all. And pay attention to that your mindfulness activities we have to do that. And what are the something disturbing, you have to focus on that and you have to find out how we can work on those problems. And this is another important thing. Spending money. There are some people we can say they earn the money, they will not spend money to anybody else. But I earn the money and you can use the money wisely during your living. I can say there are many studies proven that in the US study, and they found that happy people, those who gain the particular benchmark, and more than that, their happiness comes down. Not only that individual, for countries also, they found that any country their wealth and earning capacity goes beyond that particular cut point, they found that the happiness comes down. And we all know that Bhutan is the country, they are found that happiness index, the most happiest people are living in that country. And when you look at that, and that happiness, it is not directly connected to the money, but we are believing and that we are having that long misconception about biases about that. When the person, they will be happy. But many studies were proven, they given that real concept that is not so. Okay. And find that right fit. What is good for us? You only know that. When you do something, your instinct will say that, yes, this is good. I feel better. You can do that. And when you do something, you not feel bad, just leave from that activity. And finally, I will take another 2 minutes only. I given what are the activities that will give happiness. But here I'm going to say that being happy for 24/7 is good. No, there are some limitations also there. And just I want to point out those things. Pursuing happiness is not always straightforward. It's not always straightforward. We have to understand that we have to give a space for negative emotions also. When you take that Farber of Fredrickson, Martin Seligman, and Peterson, these were the positive psychologists who highlighted that a person we claim that label the person are happy, it doesn't mean they never experiences negative emotions. And emotional diversity we can find it and experiencing more positivity and negative emotions. They found that only if you experience only positive emotions and only negative emotions, that's linked to our depression. Even when you experience positive emotion alone, that sometimes it leads to depression. So we have to give understand that one also. That is another limitation. And next one is our overall happiness play important way to our mood and feelings. For example, optimum level of anger, sadness, disgust must be appropriate level you have to exhibit. Fake. You should not fake. When you're anger, you just express it. And in a way, you should not hurt anybody else. And another one is experiencing major adversity. They found that any people who had any crisis or trauma, any setbacks in their life, they feel more happy. They are having more happy than the person not had any kind of such experiences. And moderately happy people are high level of high level of income and high level of achievement. The beginning days or job satisfaction will make you happy, but it will not motivate the person to move forward. And they said that happy people, once you are happy, you are comfortable with that, you will not move forward. This was another finding and limitations of happiness, we can say that. And we can see the maniac, the intensity of high level of happiness. And they may, sometimes they may prone to that addicted to drugs and other components. And it will destroy their cognitive functioning also. They will not be creative at all. And happiness people are obsessively seeking, as I said. Obsessiveness, it is a negative component. And these things we have to understand. Obsessivity leads to, your happiness may leads to not happiness practice to other members in a relationship. And these are the limitations of happiness. And here are some of the references I got it. And one more thing I would like to say, and I would like to stop here. thank you for being here to listening my presentation about happiness. When I was preparing these things, I had on my mind, what are the things I need to know? So I go in that way only, I give and present it to you. And when I was preparing, I found that neurobiological basis of happiness. And that one also I was prepared. Very soon we'll have that one also very shortly. I try to give that inputs also, and it is very interesting. And how we can use natural process for improving happiness also discussed. And thank you all. I thank each one of you for listening to me. Thank you so much. And I request the fourth team member, Dr. Veena, to take over the question and answer session. If you have any questions, please let me try to answer your questions. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Very happy to listen to your session always. And this half an hour have been like a lot of information regards to happiness. Ultimately, we all strive to find what makes us happy. And it has become recently, even the psychiatrists have started to speak in the language of happiness. So whenever they
Yes.
are diagnosing or whenever they are trying to explain to the patient what is lacking in them, they are using these terms that you are lacking the happy hormones. Try to enhance or try to stimulate those hormones so that you would feel better. So this is the language that is being used even by the psychiatrists and psychologists nowadays. So thank you so much for throwing so much of light on those neurotransmitters or upon the gene, the structure of the gene, which is very much into the biopsychology of happiness. Thank you so much, sir. And
Thank you, Dr.
definitely we will be having a few questions. And yes, participants, you could unmute yourselves and ask the questions. Or yes, sir. Is happiness a state of mind? What do you think is the color of happiness?
I think it is a very good question. In the beginning itself, as I said, happiness has two components. One is about emotion, another one is life satisfaction. Our state of mind only. And it is highly subjective in nature, vary from one person to another person. And that's why when I was beginning my presentation, I said that whether the happiness of one person will be the same for another person in a particular experience. And this was curious to know that, and it was different experience by the different person. And some studies say that no, it is giving equivalent because the perspective or the perception of the person are same, they will experience same kind of happiness. These are another one study is saying that. And there are many studies saying that no, it is subjective. Even they add on same kind of perception or experiences, no, they will not experience same kind of happiness. And I can say happiness is a state of mind. And happiness, if you want to experience, two very simple things. One is about just focus on your emotions. And second one is find meaning and life purpose in your life. These are the two ingredients. When, for example, if you ask tea, in a tea test, water and sugar. These are the three compounds. Likewise, and you can take the compounds of happiness only two. Practicing more positive emotion. Second one is finding meaning and purpose in your life. Yes, Doctor.
Yes, sir. And I just want to add one point for that. For whether it is a state of mind or it is not how much we have, rather how much we enjoy. That makes us happy.
Very
So, yes. And sir, there is so much of information packed in such a short time with lots of useful practice. That is from D. Srinivasan, sir. I
yes,
mean, lot
sir.
of feedbacks
Psychiatrist.
have been coming. Yes, sir. Yes, looks more like rapid fire session again.
Yes.
Sir, so what are the tips that you follow to make yourself happy?
See, as I said now, you can my many social media timeline. I spend most of the time with nature, and I'm having more friends like you. And I think when you take out that money, I'm wisely using that one third of money I'm spending for what I'm liking. And you can see, I will have the trip close, I will enjoy it. And recently, I started doing exercises. Sometime when I was more engaged with work, I never do the exercise, but now I can see the changes in my physical structure and the clarity in thinking. And these are the activities I'm doing, and I'm thanking that people who have helped me. I'm doing it. There are many things, as I said, now the qualities of a happy person. I try to. There are some qualities I'm not having. I try to develop those qualities because we know that formula. When we know the formula, we have to apply it. That's it. I'm applying. There are, as I said, and when I was giving the example, out of 24 qualities, I'm having 14. I need to develop qualities.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for making us a part of your happiness. And yes, Jyoti Armugan sir says that the mapping of genes on happiness and neurotransmitters is a new matter that he has learned. And thanks for that. And definitely, any other questions from the participants?
I think I given only one point in my slides. So mostly it will be, they are not getting it from my presentation. When they read that point, they make it. So, and if they would like to share their feedback also, they are welcome. Sometimes they are not able to unmute. I think we have to enable setting. Those who are joined newly, you will be, you need yes.
I think Dev sir is having some question and he is not able to unmute himself.
Yes,
What
yes.
is
I
the-
think yes,
Yes.
we will change the setting. Just ask them name. I will make them.
Yes, sir. Dev sir, before that we have a question from Uttara, I think. What is the quotient of happiness in one's life? If I'm not wrong, that is life. No. What is the quotient of happiness in one line?
Okay, like happiness quotient is intelligent people. What they will do, they are very smart rather than hardworking. So that what will give happiness, do that. That is the happiness quotient. I can say that's my input for that. Just a minute, sir. I will make senior sir. Yes, sir. Can you please try now, sir?
Dev sir, can you unmute yourself and ask the question?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much, Suresh, sir. As usual, your session is enlightened. I have a question here. In an organization perspective, when the growth in terms of growing up in the ladder or as well as in the economic trend is constant at some time, uh, what because you said money is not a matter, but it still matters, right? Uh, because on the other area, the expenses are coming, so the growth is sometimes it's stagnating. Means how could you motivate yourself? Maybe telling, do you have any? Because you must have crossed many people. So, what is your thought process? How to overcome? Because that seems to be stuck.
Very valid question. Uh, we, I think in that part, I think that money will not only that is also not that's the point I highlighted. But the studies were proven that the basic needs, people our basic needs, we need certain amount of money. And they said that $75, 75,000. That means if you calculate around nearly will come 4 lakh. If it is earning 4 lakh, I'm very happy. So that after that, you don't require that money and the happiness from that money what you are earning. Senior sister for
Okay, just a comment. Thank you very much, Suresh. I just happened to talk yesterday, and that was a happy coincidence that I could attend this session. It was wonderful. Lot of detail. In fact, what is can be done in 1 day or 2 day full day workshop, you have packed that. That's why I said it's like a rapid fire session. So much of details and a lot of practical takeaways, and especially the question you answered also that beyond a particular level, money doesn't equate directly proportional to the happiness. And we also highlighted that important point that if you really want to be successful, you have to be only moderately happy. If you become fully happy, then you become too satisfied, you don't want to grow. Probably
Yes.
that explains the answer for the previous question. Really, really a wonderful session. That's what I just wanted to say. And a lot of takeaways. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inputs, valuable inputs, and for your positive feedback and for being part of this session. And sir, the next question is how to deal with obsession of making others happy to be happy.
See, happiness is uncontagious. For example, if I'm yawning, you also feel that sleepy. Am I right? When you see someone is happy, we are also happy. So that study is saying that. That's why when you look at that youngsters in a classmate, and one chap is happy, expressing happy moment in that place, it is contagious, and all the people will be more happy. And suppose in a place, in a family, or in a family is not happy, you just experience, you fake it. And that's why given that one of the name called amicudi. She is the wonderful professor of psychology. She said that when you are not having it, if you fake, and it will communicate to your brain, and you will become that. That you can also practice. And I will type her name in the chat box. I will share that one. Percentage. It is an only 20 minutes talk. It is an one. Very good. You can just name. Type her name in that YouTube.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So participants, you can like watching for Amicodi's videos in YouTube and know more about happiness and why we should make others happy or what is the obsession behind
One
that.
minute. Radha ma'am on the
Yes.
screen.
Yes.
Ma'am, just a minute.
Sir, before that, there is a question. What things affect happiness?
There are many factors that are affecting happiness. As I said, the fact one is genes. 50% your genes only determining your happiness. And the environment, that plays on only 10%. And 40% how we are perceiving, how we are interpreting that information. And we are having control over 40%. But we are blaming on the 10% which we are not having the control. If I have the money, I will be happy. If I have that thing, I will be happy. Only 10%. What about the other 40%? We have to focus on that. I can say these are the factors. Ma'am, rather ma'am, you can unmute.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, it's really an awesome presentation. From A to Z of happiness, you clearly explained, and then I want to have some doubt and questions are there raised in my brain. So the first and foremost, you clearly explained that happiness is not related to the money. That
Yes.
one I really amazed because I'm also have the faith on that happiness is not related to the money. And the next important thing is it is related to the genetic. So that then I will be thinking about that. Oh, this person is not happy means because of the gene or something else. And then I have to ask a question like, sir, what about adolescent happiness, sir? Because some adolescent they are very confused mode. Some adolescent they want feel that materialistic world is give happiness to them. So can you share details about adolescent happiness, sir?
That's a really nice question, ma'am. And most of the thing we have to create awareness. And when they know that what is real happiness, what is that not real happiness, these awareness we create among that people, and that is the period more hormonal imbalance, and they were more focus will be on I can say hormonal component. The sexual urge will be more high among those people, and that time we have to create awareness. That's why we can see those people were directed earlier, and when they were studying school education, they had one lesson called moral values. At moral value, they study about the stories. What are the things we have to do? What is good and what is bad? But now, no, there is no such a classes, and they are not having any such a experience. And these things we have to reinstall and we have to reinitiate, man. That is one way. And another thing is conception. And in the beginning itself, as I said, there are many misconceptions are there regarding happiness. And when we make them to clear about that, what are the misconceptions, why they are misconceptions. When we create awareness, again, adolescents, they will get clarity about it. And they are, after 13 years, they can able to understand as per Piaget's cognitive development. And we can make an training programs or awareness videos that will make huge impact on their understanding about happiness. Man. This is my input for your question. I hope I given the answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. As you itself conduct a lot of workshop, because adolescent usually they don't have that. They will be sometimes they will be manic happiness. Sometimes they will be or sad that because of some materialistic or something whatever they expect. If they don't get itself, they will be become very sad. So I think soon we will do some lot of awareness. Adolescent happiness, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Radha, and thanks for that input. And we have one more input from Krishnan sir. Like, people who earn more money tend to experience more positive emotions focused on themselves, while people who earn less take greater pleasure in their relationships and ability to connect with others. This is according to a research that is published by APA, American Psychological Association. True, there are people who have low income. In spite of that, they feel that they what is own the whole world. You could see at their smile. They are not worried about anything. Whatever is there within them, they try to enjoy with what they have. That's what I mean to say. It's not about what you are having. It's about how you are enjoying with what you are having. So thank you so much. Yes, and Steffi has. I would like to share some points on basis of happiness. Sir, can you unmute Steffi?
Just a minute. Yes, I made her to unmute herself. She can try to unmute.
Yes, Steffi, go ahead.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. I am a therapist, psychotherapist. So I usually deal with clients. Most of the clients, they come with a term called unhappiness. So I thought this would be the relevant place to share what I have learned from the clients. The first basis is that we always focus on the childhood issues. Most of the people, they are not happy on their childhood days. So that is the main reason they are not happy as an adult. So when they come to therapy, we first ask about their childhood. And most of them, I understood that they are not at all happy, either because of their parents or some other social structure. We have so much of social restrictions that is restricting our happiness. See, they say, if I'm 23-year-old, if I want to eat an ice cream outside, there will be 10 people standing outside and they will be teasing me for eating an ice cream. That at that point of time is my happiness. But because of others, we are restricting our own happiness. So as an adult, what I would give tip is that we have to sit and think what happiness means to us and not what the society has taught us. So for me, for example, going for a walk is happiness. Playing with the street dogs outside or feeding them is my happiness. Or if I want to eat an ice cream at 12 o'clock at night, if that is possible, and that is my happiness. So if we all sit and think about it, we'll come out with a very big list. So if you start doing it one by one, I'm sure that we'll definitely reach the 100% happiness point. So this is what I wanted to share, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your inputs. They're really valuable. Thank you.
Yes, Steffi, thank you so much. Happiness always starts with you. So, like I always say, charity begins at home. So, always keep yourself happy so that you can spread that happiness to others. I think we have come to the end of the session, sir, and looking forward to for more and more sessions from you. And now I take this opportunity to call upon either Akshaya or Krishnan sir, whoever is present, to please place vote of thanks for today's speaker. Akshaya or Krishnan sir? Yes. Krishnan sir?
They are having some difficulty in unmuting themselves. I made them as a co-host. They can do that.
Akshaya or Krishnan sir, any one of you, whoever is there, kindly can unmute yourself and go ahead with the vote of thanks.
I tried to unmute them. I think I sent a request to both of them, and I think they are having some.
Okay,
issue.
sir.
I think so.
It gives me happiness to place the vote of thanks for you for today's session. I take this opportunity to, on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, Madurai, MSSW, Chennai, MS Chalamuthu Trust and Rehabilitation Center, Chennai, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey, Schizophrenia Research Foundation, Chennai, and Pirai Wellbeing Center, and all other core team members, I take this opportunity to place our sincere gratitude for taking up such a wonderful session. And thank you, participants, for always being with us, supporting us this far. And soon we will be celebrating our 300th episode with you all. That gives us real happiness. And thank you, one and all. And kindly send your queries and feedback to my webinar, feedback@gmail.com. We will meet tomorrow with yet another wonderful session. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
And tomorrow we are going to have Dr. Veena Susan on gratitude. Welcome to that session. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.